Hi class, before we begin with everything, I want you to have this handout. That way you can have an idea about the topics we're going to discuss today. Now that you have this handout, I just want you to put them aside, pick up the notes cards that I place in front of you, study the keywords on them carefully, and discuss that with your friends, the idea you already have. Fine, you don't need to worry about whether you gave the best idea, you had it wrong, or you had it correct. We're going to discuss that in detail very soon. But before then, I want to introduce myself to you as Frederick Asmore. We're talking about pregnancy prevention today. By the end of the lesson, I want each and every one of you to be able to make an informed decision about pregnancy, also to know the methods and the strategies for preventing pregnancy, and also to be able to know how to use the male condoms correctly. Let's go ahead and discuss the keywords that you picked earlier. I believe you picked up abstinence, right? Okay, so when we talk about abstinence, it's simply avoiding anything relating to sex. Avoiding anything relating to sex, specifically the sexual intercourse. So this time around, you make your mind you're not having sex at all. No problem. And I can assure you that is the best way of preventing pregnancy. The next thing you also have to know is, keyword you have to know is contraceptives. Contraceptives are the methods or the tools that are used to prevent pregnancy. You also have another keyword, emergency contraceptives. Emergency contraceptives is also a contraceptive, but it is only used after having unprotected sex. Let's say you didn't plan to have sex, but all of a sudden, or you had an accidental sex, and you still don't want to get pregnant, right? So the method that you are going to use to prevent pregnancy after having the unprotected sex is called emergency contraceptives. There are so many of them, we're going to talk about it later, but then let's reflect on this. Let's say you're in the middle of something like let's say you are in tertiary institution and you're not ready to make babies yet, and you get pregnant. What are you going to do? I believe a lot of things are running to your mind right now, right? Yeah, this is a tough decision because I don't have, a better job, my income is not stable, so how am I going to take care of the babies, all this. This is a reason it's good for you to make an informed decision about pregnancy. That is our first topic we are going to discuss today, making an informed decision about pregnancy. This is when you choose the best time for you to make your babies or to get pregnant. Now let me tell you, this is the mistake that most of the people do. For example, a lady will think, oh, now I'm the boss, and so I've graduated school, I have a better job, a professional job, my income is low, I can give birth and take care of my children, it's all right. And then your husband will come in, you get pregnant, your husband will come in, or your boyfriend will come in and tell you, girl, I don't have a better job, my income is not stable, so I can't take care of children, so we need to do something about this. Now you've fooled yourself, so you're going to end up maybe doing an abortion, which also has its negative consequences. So you don't want to do that, right? So anytime that you're making an informed decision, it's supposed to be between both partners. Remember, informed decision is best done with both partners, unless otherwise you didn't go with the traditional way of getting pregnant. You do the other side, right? Just like you know what I mean. So now that you know about making informed decision, that does not end everything. You're still going to have sex, though you're choosing when to have babies, but that does not mean you're not going to have sex. You're still going to have sex, right? So what you also have to know is the strategies that are going to be used to prevent pregnancy. That is the next topic. Pregnancies used in preventing pregnancy. Apart from the abstinence, which I told you is the best way of preventing pregnancy, we can also talk about barrier. We also can talk about other contraceptives, the barrier contraceptives and the hormonal contraceptives. Barrier contraceptives are the types that separates the sperm from getting into the female sex organ to form fertilization, causing pregnancy. Example is the male condom. So a guy is going to have sex with a lady, he puts on the condom, the male condom, and then he releases into the condom instead of going into the female. This time, the condom serves as a physical barrier preventing the semen from getting into the female, right? So those kind of contraceptives are termed as the barrier contraceptive. Another example is the diaphragm and spermicides and all that. We also have the hormonal. The hormonal contraceptives avoid ovulation using hormones. So example of these hormonal contraceptives are also some types of hormonal contraceptives are birth control pills, vaginal rings, injections, and contraceptive skin patch. We need to know much about all these contraceptives. Example, how it looks like, the effects, and all that. But we're going to talk about these ones later on. Now, I want you to pick up a sheet of paper very quick. Write any three types of hormonal contraceptives you know, and also write any 3 types of barrier contraceptives that you know. Alright, I'm coming around to check whatever you're able to do. Perfect, it looks like you're getting along very well. So now that we know the types of contraceptives, now let's learn how to use the male condom correctly. Because many times people will get pregnant, they'll tell you, oh, it's either they didn't have they didn't have any contraceptions around, or they did have the contraceptions around, they used the condom alright, but then they still got pregnant. Why? Because probably they didn't have better knowledge about using the condom. There was a leakage and all that. So we need to know how to use the condom correctly to avoid putting ourselves in such troubles. So this is what you have to do. We are going to use a banana and a condom to do this. Now, whenever you have your condom, the first thing you have to do is to make sure you inspect whether it's expired or it's not expired. You also have to know, find out the tearing side, just to make sure that you're not going to tear at the wrong side to tear the rubber inside. You know what I mean? So, as I said, inspect the condom. This time, our condom is not expired. It's going to be expired 2026. We are good. So you find the tearing side, which is on this side. So you begin to get it out. And then once you pull it outside, you make sure that the ring is outside. That is a mistake that people do. It's so funny, like a guy will hold a condom and roll it inside ways, and that is so wrong. So you make sure you hold the tip like this and the ring is outside. Now you have your erected, let's say this is a banana, but you have your erected penis, and you put it on the tip of the penis, and you begin to roll it to the base of the penis. Perfect, as simple as that. And you have space over here to collect the semen once you release. So after you're done, you use the same procedure, roll it this way, all the way down. Make sure you are away from the lady, and then you put it in a convenient place, either like a trash can or whatever you have. This is as simple as that. I believe you got this. I trust you guys. So now I want you to have the condoms by you and the banana. One of you is going to demonstrate the process of putting on condoms correctly to your friend, your classmate, and then your classmate will do the demonstration. Whenever you're done, you do it the other ways also. Good. Now let's have this project done by next class. So once you go home, you're going to have this homework. You're going to make a video of yourself demonstrating how to use condom correctly by using a banana and a condom. Is that right? Yeah. You can either do it a TikTok video or whatever video and put it on any social media, and you present a copy of it to me by the end of next class. Okay, once we're done with this, I want you to tell me anything that you learned today which is going to really help you in your future. Anything that you learned best today, or you didn't know before, now today you learned, and which is going to help you in the future. Okay, that is fine. So now you know how to make an informed decision, right? So you're not going to make an informed decision just by yourself, but with your partner. That is great. Okay, all the examples that you are making is good. I want you to take a piece of paper, write something that was confusing, that you didn't understand too good today on a piece of paper, and put it in front of you. I'll pick it up and we'll discuss about it very soon.